Just recently, we talked about King Charles III visiting Kenya soon, and Kenyans demanding for an apology for the atrocities the British committed in Kenya. So now there's more. Kenyans are demanding for the return of the skull of Koitalel Arap Samoei, a chief and a spiritual and a military leader that was killed in 1905 by the British. Samoei, who waged a fierce resistance against the colonialists, was unalived by the British soldiers after they tricked him and other leaders into attending a meeting. The British told these leaders that they are inviting them to a truce meeting so that they can settle this peacefully through a dialogue, and these leaders believed and trusted that was their mistake, the British colonial masters then, and went to the meeting, and that's how they unalived this man as well as the other leaders. Kenyans are also demanding for the return of their stolen cultural artifacts and compensation for the atrocities committed against the community during the colonial rule. This is something you see across Africa. Wherever the British, even the Belgians or the French colonized, they not only enslaved and colonized and subjugated those people, they also stole from, looted, and took, quite literally, their artifacts and their spiritual relics, and the things that meant so much to the people were taken away from them by force. So now Kenyans are asking for their artifacts back, as well as the skull, and also compensation for everything that they had to go through.
Residents in central Kenya on Friday denounced the lack of compensation over a devastating 2021 fire, which broke out during a British military exercise, 10 days before a visit by King Charles III. A Kenyan court has ordered the British Army to pay compensation for the blaze, which ravaged more than 4,800 hectares.
Kenya's greatest heroes were our brothers and sisters who fought for our independence against the colonial rule of the British. Now, almost 60 years later, the very same family and power which our heroes fought against is going to be visiting Kenya. And yes, while it has been stated that King Charles is set to make an apology for the crimes committed against our Mau Mau veterans, a step, of course, which we welcome, it is interesting that he has decided not to travel up to Batuki.
Buckingham Palace did not give a response, but King Charles and Camilla are supposed to travel in a few days, so we shall see what they're going to say after they come back, because if they try to stay silent, we don't think it's the right approach, because if you remember, we talked about what happened to the Dutch king and queen in South Africa. When they did not want to respond to what they have done to the people, an angry crowd surrounded them and demanded for an answer. So we shall see what King Charles and his team or his royal family members will do about this. I'm Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.